you're wasting money. I think we'll call the presentation a reflection. 45 years since we commenced our matriculation year at Mansfield High School. It's a long time ago. I have said previously our lives have been a journey along a long and winding road. Over the last 45 years we have all experienced events, marriage, divorce, arrival of children, arrival of grandchildren, the passing of family and loved ones, and highs and lows in our respective careers. But we have all endured today. It's all a bit serious, isn't it?
You'd obviously only had one glass of red by that
time. Since March in 1969, Collingwood has won 2 premierships.
That's true,
won about 4 others.
But isn't it great to see where they are now on the ladder?
That's a bit close to fair. St Kilda hasn't won any and doesn't look like winning any for a while. Sorry, Jeff. I might add, the last time I made one of these presentations at Robert Emsley's 60th birthday, was it?
Yeah.
This went on bloody YouTube.
This is too.
There were 65, was it 65,000 or 65 hits?
No, 65,000.
And they were all unauthorised because I gave no permission for this to be.
You get $1 a hit, you'd be laughing.
Now we have 2 doctors in the group, so if anyone is feeling unwell, they can seek advice from Ruth or Sue. In 1969 there were no computers, there was no internet, no mobile phones, and no colour televisions.
That's the world a worse place.
A bite in those days was when we were eating a hot dog at the rec, watching Mansfield Blues playing football, or eating a pasty in the canteen of Mansfield High School, and not a technology turn as it is now. I will now reflect on a few events that have occurred in 1969, in no particular order or grouping. Adrian Alders had his 17th birthday on the 11th of March 1969. On the 24th of April 1969, Paul McCartney announced there was no truth in the rumours he was dead. Who would have thought that he would still be an icon after another 45 years? I should have said at the start, there's some singing in this, so you have to bear with the singing. The Beatles had just released the Yellow Submarine album. In the town where I was born,
lived a man who sailed the sea and
told us of his life in the land of submarines.
we all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine.
I thought I was going to be the only one.
You all live in a yellow submarine.
Now back to serious stuff. Golda Meir had recently been sworn as the first female Prime Minister of Israel. Australia had to wait another 41 years before we had our first Prime Minister, Julia. On the 1st of March 1969, Jim Morrison of the Doors was arrested for exposing himself at the Jim McKee Auditorium in front of 10,000 people. Come on, baby, like my
Come on, baby, like my
fire, set my mind on fire. Oh, you were very good. This is much easier than I thought it would be. On the 21st of July, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. I can remember we were all put into groups to watch the landing on black and white television sets around the school. That is a step for a man, that is one step for a man, one giant step for mankind. Hey.
Gotta remember that guy.
I don't think that man has walked on the moon since, but we can be thankful for all the billions of dollars which were spent in the space race of the 1960s. We now have Teflon-coated non-stick fry pans.
and Velcro.
And which?
And Velcro.
The Velcro.
Yeah.
Woodstock attracted 350 rock and roll fans on the 4th of July 1969. The average house price in the United Kingdom was £4,640 sterling. John Gorton was Australia's Prime Minister and Henry Bolton was still the Premier of Victoria. Elizabeth II was Queen and she still is. Talk about a marathon run. On a serious note, on the 7th of February, the Violet Town railway disaster occurred and the Southern Aurora collided head-on with a freight train on the new Melbourne to Sydney train line and unfortunately 9 people were killed. Johnny Fabrichon became the world featherweight boxing champion when he defeated Cuban Jose Legra at the Albert Hall in London. Rod Laver won his second Grand Slam in that year. You will see he's recently lifted his public profile, but he's still a modest, quiet gentleman with freckles from Rockhampton. Richmond won the 1969 GFL Premiership defeating Carlton. Rain Luther won the Melbourne Cup for the second year in a row. The 1960s was a decade of assassinations with John Kennedy, his brother Senator Bobby Kennedy and Dr. Martin Luther King losing their lives. And there was an attempt on the life of Australian Labor Party leader Arthur Caldwell who copped a shotgun blast through his car window and he never looked the same again. There was some closure when Sir Hans was convicted of the murder of Bobby Kennedy and James Earl Ray convicted of the murder of Martin Luther King in 1969. Seco released the first court watch in 1969. There were some great movies released in 1969. Ready to sing again? Yep. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Raindrops
keep falling on my head, but just like it was doing big for his bed, nothing makes me. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
Midnight Cowboy. Everybody's talking about me. I don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. Didn't cover up very well then. There was the Wild Bunch. Dun, 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 dun. Easy Rider. The Italian Job, starring Michael Caine, who said in his Cockney accent, "You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off," and an explosion nearly destroyed the building that they were robbing rather than merely cracking the safe. Carlos Santos recorded his first album, and amazingly he is still going. I've got a black magic woman, I've got a black magic woman. Don't you turn your back on me, baby. Don't turn your back on me, baby. I'm starting to feel like a real idiot.
I reckon you're a classy singer.
The Brady Bunch started on television in 1960.
Oh, you're joking.
The Stonewall riots occurred in Greenwich Village in New York, which was the start of the gay rights movement. It resulted from police raiding the Stonewall Inn, which was a gay meeting place. The movement has certainly come a long way, which is a positive for society. That's a serious thing. I have to be candid, however. I'd never heard of the Stonewall riots until I googled it last Friday night when I was preparing this presentation over a couple of glasses of red. Sesame Street started in 1969. In June, the Commonwealth Conciliation and Arbitration Commission ruled that extra pay for women doing the same work as men was to be phased in by 1972. It is interesting that after 45 years there is still a glass ceiling for women with inequality of income and representation in business boards of directors, politics and public office. That's pretty big, isn't it?
Yes.
Great people like Norman Lindsay, the esteemed Australian artist, sculptor and writer, and May Gibbs, the children's author of Tales of Snuggle Pop and Cuddle Pie and The Gum Babies, both passed away in 1969, but as against that, Kate Blanchett, the actress, was born. I think I'd better close.
Yes, I think you're better on that.
Sorry about the singing. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope we all keep attending these get-togethers and continue to have healthy and fruitful lives. Finally, I think I'd like to thank Adrian for going to the club and organising.